Let's get all that on. Let's make sure this is up. Everything's up. I forgot what I was doing here though. Like seriously. Hi, whoever just joined. I'll be on live full. My camera will be on in just a moment. I'm just trying to set the stage. I should probably play some music though, so it's not like completely dead in here, huh? That might help. That might help a little bit. Let's go here. Let me go over here really quick and see if it'll let me do it. It may not let me do it though. Let's see if it will let me. I hope so. Oh, are we still on pause? I don't know if it'll play. It might not though. I bet you I have to come out of staging. Okay. Well, what have you. Let me go here and let me make sure I stop it so it doesn't randomly pop on. No music. Apologies. That's okay because I'll be on here in a second. So go to pages. Where am I going? Where are we going to? There's always a lag. Like there's forever a lag. So hey, refresh chat. Refreshing the chat to see what's good. So who's watching? They're allowed to chat and say, hey, how's it going? I promise I don't bite. Is it my girl Raquel? It's probably my girl Raquel. Is it my girl Raquel? It is my girl Raquel. Hey Raquel. My chat stream is like trying to update itself. So as soon as it lets me, I should be able to see comments coming in. Hopefully it will. Hopefully I sound okay and it's not too low. I'm actually gonna do Twitch on this one. So we'll see how well that turns out. Oh, I heard a sound. I don't know what it was though. What sound was that? Oh, hey. Hey. Oh, there's people coming in. Thanks for the follow, Leanne. Thanks for the follow, Boris. There, now I can see your comments, Raquel. Hey, Raquel. It's asking me to put some stuff in. And I requested to see if I could do the stream thing. So we'll see what happens. Raquel. And hopefully LL doesn't say any choice curse words. He's got a thing. Oh, but I will share something, Raquel. Can you see this? Do you see how blue this bad boy is? It's almost like a purple. And it's this new tea that I'm trying out. And I think I let it steep just a little bit too long. But that's okay. I'm hoping it tastes good. It smells... That is such a beautiful blue color. Hey, hi. It smells really bitter, and it's butterfly something. Hi, Millennial Bookworm. How's it going? We are talking about why I write, why I love writing. And I just poured This tea, I don't know if you can see the color. It's like really blue. And it's my first time trying it. I just steeped it. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if it tastes good. I wish I would have had like one of my clear teacups, but unfortunately I don't. But you can see from here. Oh, you just got your August Yellow Cream. What was in the box? What was in the box? But yeah, it's that color. Raquel, can you see that? It's that color. We about to find out if it's gonna make my mouth turn blue. That will be something funny. Let's hope it doesn't, guys. Let's hope it doesn't. I feel like I need to move this and put it up higher, but we'll see. Hi, next. Okay, so open forum. I'm just going to be talking about what I write. You are more than welcome to ask me questions. Raquel, I'm sure you know like 99% of my life when it comes to writing. I'm streaming on multi-platforms too, so I have some viewers over on this side of the page. And then I have my TikTok live here, and hopefully I'm hoping that I get invited to stream my TikTok via Streamlabs, but I just put my request in today. Hey, Panda Edits, what's good? Hey. We were just together this morning. Hey, Eileen, thanks for the follow. So we'll see. You randomly found me. That's hilarious. Okay, so you can ask me any questions about writing. I will answer, but this is really just me talking about why I write. So, why I write. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Eileen. Am I saying that right? Is it is it Eileen or Elahen? School me. I'm horrible with names. Thank you for the likes, Nix. I appreciate them. Thank you. It's Panda Edits. I'm trying to support my Minecraft server. Oh, okay. That's why you told me to download Minecraft. Okay, I'll have to get on that. Okay, so let's talk. L-E-Hen. Can I just say L so I don't mess up your name, L? I don't want to mess up your name. I wish there was a way that I could like a robot voice could come on and say it is pronounced L-E-Hen. But yeah, okay, cool beans. Anywho, it has to be a computer. I'm on my computer, but I'm live streaming right now from my computer, so you sure can be my guest. Feel free if anybody out there plays Minecraft and you guys want to join Panda Edits group, he will drop it there. Okay, so L is awesome. Awesome, I can call you L. Yay! So why write? I have been writing for as long as I could remember. And when I say that as in I started reading at a young age, and I started making up stories orally, right? Because that's how it starts, right? As children, we go and tell tales. Our parents call them lies, though, right? They're like, don't be in there lying. My grandson does it all the time. He's an amazing storyteller. Right now, he's on this kick where he takes on the personas of the TV shows that he watches, I should say the cartoons. And so today, he was Sammy from Super Mini Force, which is a Korean cartoon. And then I was Lucy, and like he will go through this whole thing where he'll just play out these fantastical stories. And so that's how it started for me is we make up stories. And yeah, how you started. Panda says that's how he started making stories of how he met pandas. And so you make up these fantastical stories. And I remember one of the first tall tales that I told as a kid was that there was an elephant living under my bed. And at night I didn't want to go to sleep. And my excuse was because there was an elephant under the bed. And I could come up with 150 million different reasons why this elephant, and it was a pink elephant with white polka dots, and her name, you're going to laugh at this, her name was Harry. It was Harry the pink polka dot elephant. And so my dad would get mad because he'd be like, Tigress. And no, he wouldn't call me Tigress. He called me by my name. But he'd be like, Tigress, go get your little butt in the bed. And I'd be like, no, Harry's underneath the bed and super, super big. And I got in a lot of trouble because of Harry and my fanatical stories. Another example, my son, my oldest right now, he was in the third grade and he made up a fantastical story, so much so that his teacher believed it. And the story is that his dad worked for the CIA and that he had a pink poodle. And that the reason his dad never came and picked him up, which is my husband who's sitting in the room right now, was because he was out on these missions. And where he got this story from was literally from my husband playing back then, I think it was Metal Gear and Rainbow Six. And so one day I go to school, pick my kid up, and she's like, Miss Beep Beep, I'm not gonna say my name, Miss Eden, your son told me that your husband works for the CIA and, maybe he shouldn't be telling us that. And do you guys really have a pink poodle? Well, of course, I didn't want to embarrass the kid, but I didn't want to lie to the teacher either. So I just told her, he was in make-believe mode. So that's how it starts, right? We start writing by speaking these, as our parents call them, lies, these fanatical untruth stories. And it just progressed. Some of us are better at it than others. And we come up with these amazing ideas. But for me, I think it really hit home was my first writing assignment. And when I say I had plenty of them prior, but my first real writing assignment was probably in 6th grade. And it was the very first penned story that I did. Because before that, it was like write a sentence here or there. Or vocabulary words and make up a sentence with the vocabulary words. And I used to come up with the most amazing vocabulary sentences. It was fun. So my 6th grade teacher, Miss Quill, I remember her name. I'm sure she's not around anymore, but she was an amazing teacher, and she told us to write a story and to use, whatever we wanted to use. It could be about whatever we wanted. We just had to incorporate our vocabulary words. And that's how I came up with my very first story, which was The Case of the Missing Pepperoni. And so basically, the ingredients in this pizza shop, why can't I talk today? The ingredients in the pizza shop would come to life after the store owner locked up for the evening. And this particular night, the pepperoni hitched a ride home with the pizza owner. And so because he hitched a ride home with the pizza owner, the tomatoes were looking for him, the garlic was looking for him, the salt and pepper were dating, and we're trying to wonder why they had to even care, why they needed to look for the pizza or for the pepperoni. Elsa, she's never eating pizza again. Hey, you never know. You never know. So and it was at the time, to me, it was a long story because it was 2 pages. And I just remember turning it in and just hoping that I got a good grade on it. I didn't think anything would become of it. Well, next week in class, my teacher starts talking and she's like, we had some amazing stories, but she was like, there was this one story that really caught my attention. I never, ever in a million years thought that she would read my story, but she did. She read it out loud to the class, and the class was like, oh, wow, who wrote that story? And they're like, oh, it's her. Not going to say the name, right, because I'm under my pen name. And that's how it began. And it just kind of progressed from there, and I kept the story. She told me to read that to my children when they got older. I never did, though, but I do have the story. I probably should read it to my grandson. I wonder if he'd like it. And then fast forward 2 years later, I'm in the 8th grade, and my 8th grade history teacher, Mr. Hilliard, were talking about fairy tales and what we needed to do in order to create a fairy tale, and kind of like started the whole bare bones of how a story is created. Why he talked about it in history and why we didn't learn about it in English, I don't know, but that's what Mr. Hilliard did. It's made up, so I had to redo it. Oh, okay. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here, so apologies. Thank you for the likes, though, and the love. I appreciate it. Do you like any spicy foods? Yes, I love spicy food. Spicy food is the best. Thanks for asking, Nix. So I wrote another story, and it was called Queen of the Land of Zambina. I don't know where I got Zambina from. I don't even know where it came from, but it was this pretty princess who had these long flowing locks, but her like claim to fame were her green eyes, and these green eyes could like unlock powers. And again, my teacher read it out loud, and then he wrote a little note, and he said, you know, you need to save these stories and you need to read these to your children when they grow up. I think they'll really enjoy them. And yes, I do have the story. I know I didn't read it to my boys because I didn't think they'd be down with a princess story. And no, that's not me saying that they couldn't read princess stories. My boys were just, they didn't care about stuff like that. They were more into wrestling, baseball, football. And I knew that I couldn't keep their interest with a princess story. So I didn't try to. But I could probably, I have a granddaughter now. So maybe I'll read that one to my granddaughter and see if she likes it. So that's how I started writing. And it started with doing that and then keeping a notebook. And I have all my notebooks. It went from writing stories to doing poetry. I even got a poem published once a long, long, long time ago in a year that I shall not name. And then I stopped, right? Because life happens. And I've always had these stories in my head. And so I just stopped for a while. And then it wasn't until I moved to Houston, Texas, which is where I am now. And it was right after Hurricane Ike. And I was super bored. We had no electricity for 2 weeks. So I went to Walmart and you couldn't really buy anything because there wasn't really anything to buy, but they had books. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to read a book. Do not hate me, people, okay? For those of you who did not jump on the Twilight bandwagon. But it was a thick book. And I thought, okay, this will keep me entertained. And it's vampires. I never in a million years thought the vampires would sparkle. I didn't think it was going to be a romance because I was always an avid book reader. In my head, when I picked up the book, for some reason, I thought Anne Rice. I was like, I'm about to read me an Anne Rice novel ish like, but it was nothing like that. It was completely different. And so after I finished reading all of the books, and it was like the year that Breaking Dawn came out was when Hurricane Ike hit. Okay, so I I sorted through Twilight series, and then I went back and I started rereading some of the stuff. Like I reread my Interview with the Vampire, Queen of the Damned, The Vampire Lestat, yada yada yada. Hey, Ladonna, how's it going? And I did that, and so right, it is more closely related to Anne Radcliffe than Anne Rice. You're absolutely right, but I didn't know about Anne Radcliffe. I didn't, not that. I was thinking Anne Rice. Don't ask me why. The cover doesn't even scream Anne Rice, right? It just doesn't. But I did anyway. So I read it. And then after I read that, I got back into rereading. Raquel's like, I love the Twilight series. I loved it back then too. And I don't dislike it. It was a good story. It was a good story. And that's all I'm going to say there. It was a good story. I liked it. I even watched the movies. I waited in line before the movies dropped. I was in line midnight. Had to be to work the next day, but I still went to the midnight showing of Twilight. All four of them, or what, five, because the last two were broken up into two pieces. And my husband went with me. Like, we were all on that kick. Um, but that's what we did. And so it was a journey. So after I did that, I started reading and I got heavily into historical romance, paranormal romance, sci-fi. I was just reading anything that I could get my hands on, and it was all thanks to Ike, and I was loving every minute of it because it was kind of like I was being reintroduced to the love of books again for the second time in my life. And then my husband was like, "Get a hobby, do something you love. Why don't you write some books?" And it's funny that he had said that because probably 2 years prior to that, I did write a book under my real name about being pregnant at 15, but it was like the only book that I wrote. And I didn't think about doing anything else after that. But then I was like, you know what? Why not? So I was going through next. Hey. I was going through like a really, really emotional time. I thought I was legit like on the verge of death, and I didn't realize that it was because I had hyperthyroidism. So there was a period in my life where I could barely walk, believe it or not, and my hands shook so much that it was like I was writing like a kindergartner, and I didn't know what it was, and my heart was going super fast. So I was like, oh my God, my heart, there has to be something wrong with my heart. I quit my job. I went to a cardiologist. He was like, no, your heart's fine. It's just beating really fast. Let me throw you on some beta blockers. And the beta blockers helped, but still, I was suffering from insomnia. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think straight. My hair was falling out. It was like the whole gambit. It was because I had hypothyroidism, and I had no idea that you could get something like that, and it just changes your life overnight. And I legit lost, oh my God, so much weight. Like, I lost so much weight that I went down 2 dress sizes, and everybody's like, oh, well, what are you complaining for? You lost some weight. No, I looked horrible. I looked like somebody that needed to be on a commercial begging for food. So, hi, and I don't know how to. It just says L-I-I-I-L-L. Hi, 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 hi. I didn't know what to do, and then I finally went back to my cardiologist, and I was like, okay, the beta blockers help, but it's not working. It has to be something else. They ran blood tests. They did all kinds of stuff, but we finally figured out what it was. But during the course of while all that was happening, I had started writing a book, and it was the very first book that I published, which is called Enslaved in Shadows, and it's a dark paranormal. Um, you've read that series like 4 times, Twilight? Get out of town. I think I've only read it twice. See, Raquel's love for Twilight, she's not playing at all. She's legit. So yeah, I wrote it during that time when I was up and couldn't sleep for days in a row. And there's like a darkness in there that I didn't realize. And it's basically, it's a paranormal romance shifter with werewolves, vampires, and the paramilitary group, they are a paranormal background. Their leader is a voice incubus, meaning he can make you drop draws with just, spewing out a few words. That's Travagio, who is getting his story very soon. So it's a 9-book series. I'm actually on book number 6. And so I've been writing a book every year with the exception of, I think, was the last year and a half I didn't come out with one. So instead of it being 9 years, it's going to end up being 10 years. So that's how long it's been. But yeah, that's essentially my journey. And I love telling the stories because there are so many of them in my head. And to be of the mind that I'm going to write the next book that comes in the series next. But now my thought process is I'm going to write the character that talks the loudest in my head. And there are a ton of voices up here. And I don't know how many books I've sold. I probably could like pull a report really quick and kind of look. I don't really, and that's the thing, I don't really care about how many books I sell. I don't do it I want people to read my stories, but it's therapy for me. I like to write. It helps me release a lot of stress and tension. It helps me further ideas in my brains. And then because I have this thing, and Raquel's probably like, she hasn't gone off on a tangent yet. Wait for it, Raquel. It's coming. I have these moments where I will break apart something and I'll ponder it, and then I'll be like, oh, that'd be a really good concept for a book. Let me see what I can do. And there's a lot of stop starts for me. I have a lot of books that I started and stopped and didn't finish. I don't know if I'll ever go back to them. I have a lot of series ideas. I legit have 60 plus books written up, or book ideas and titles written up on my whiteboard right now, right here next to me. And out of those 60 books, 29 of them already have covers. So I'm serious about my writing. Like, I'm legit, I want to do that. Do I want to do it full time? Sure, absolutely. If the opportunity arises, I would not even hesitate. I would jump at it and I would make it my everyday thing, because they always tell us we're supposed to do what we love, and it should feel like we're vacationing like every single day. And to me, writing and then being able to travel while writing, dude, top notch, seriously. So that's why I love writing, guys. I don't know, I love telling stories. And the current story that I'm working on now, which is New Beginnings, first draft is complete. I'm going through the second round of edits. Hey, so Jillian Zane just joined on my Twitch feed. She is another phenomenal writer. If you guys like zombies with some hot sex thrown in and some post-apocalyptic world, I urge you to pick up Jillian Zane books. She is amazing. And she helped design most of my website too. She does some other stuff on the back end. And like me, she was a blogger too, and she just, oh my God, Jillian Zane is amazing. Do I play any video games? Yes, I do play video games. Right now, my main thing is GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto. But on the computer, I play The Sims. I'm a Sims player for real. It's heaven. Yes, definitely. Definitely. I've got 2 streams going, you guys. Well, multiple streams, I should say. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. And I enjoy it very much. I even thought about doing children's books, but I don't know if that's going to be necessarily a good idea. I'd have to come up with a whole new pen name, and I already have 2. So I write under Tigress Eden, which is my main pen name where majority of my books have been published. And then I also write under J.K. Rivers. And J.K. Rivers is my softer, sweeter alter ego version of stories to where they're not dark, they're sweet, and um, not a lot of sexy pen edits. You want to read one book? Well, keep writing. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Um, so yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it, and that's why I love writing. So feel free to hit me up with some questions. I'll be here for like another 6 minutes. My plan is to stream every day. So in the morning I do Twitch, which Panda Edits knows because he was with me earlier this morning. I stayed on a lot longer than I was expecting to, but it was fun, right? We had a really good time with some music. We chatted it up. I had to block a person today because they were like, we're not even going to say what they said. We're not going to bring that negative energy into the stream. Let's just say that they were negative energy. PS4. Don't do Xbox. I had an Xbox once upon a time, but no, not anymore. But you're welcome to ask me questions. Raquel, I'm sure you probably don't have any, but if you do, ask them. Elle, by all means, feel free to ask them. I will answer them as truthfully as I can. I need to taste this. I think the tea's calmed down. I'm gonna let you guys know how this taste turns out. I put some okay, this is so blue. I don't know if you guys can see this. This spoon is clear. Look how blue this drink is. It doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't taste good. Does that make sense? Oh, how did I get hooked up with Coastal Magic? Okay. I heard about it through a fellow author of mine, Laura Sion, who I love. I love her so much. Oh, she's my favorite. One of my favorites. I have lots of favorites. So that's how I ran into Coastal Magic, and I've been going ever since, with the exception of last year because of that word we shall not speak. And then there was another year that I couldn't make it because my dad got sick, and then I had to do it with Shell, who's my editor. We were supposed to host like a Mad Hatter tea party, and I couldn't make it that year, so she hosted it by herself, and I helped like get the treats in, and I kind of video remoted in. And I've been there ever since. Coastal Magic is an amazing readers con. Authors are amazing, readers are amazing. It's very intimate. I've never ever once had a bad experience where I went to Coastal Magic. Oh, you caught my live stream that year that I couldn't make it and loved it. Oh, thanks, Elle. Yeah, my dad was sick, so I wasn't able to make it, and Shell was great. How did I come up with the pen name Tigress Eden? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so I love Egyptian mythology. I love all kinds of mythology. And I'm not going to say that I'm like this super religious person, but I do have a sort of spirituality about me that I follow, and there are some things that I am heavily rooted in. And so Tigress, right? Oh, you're part Egyptian? Nice, Panda Edits. Tigris, the river, right? Tigris and Euphrates. And it's said that between the Tigris and the Euphrates River is where the Garden of Eden is. And of course, originally, I was thinking my pen name should be Tigris Euphrates. And I was like, that makes no sense. And I was like, how can I incorporate the Garden of Eden with Tigris? And then I was like, wait, Tigris Eden. And I was like, boom, that's the name. And that's how I came up with it. Yes, Cradle of Life. And so that is how I came up with that pen name. And it's just stuck with me. And it's been an amazing pen name. I love it. I wish that would have been my like true legit birth name, but it wasn't. My dad wasn't on that level of creativity, nor was my mom. So that's my pen name. J.K. Rivers is literally my middle initial first name, and then Rivers because of Tigris Eden, so that's that connection there. But yeah, I love Egyptian mythology. I love all kinds of mythology, not just Egyptian, Greek, Roman, African, Indian. Oh my God, you name it, I am for it. And a lot of you, if you read my books, you'll notice that I toss a lot of mythology in there, and I kind of tear it down, build it back up, and I put my tiger stamp on and be like, boom, this is the history, this is how it really happened. Don't ask me why I'm still drinking this. I think it's because I'm thirsty. But it's not good, but it's not bad either, if that makes sense. I think I have to mix this with like another type of tea. I want to say it's supposed to have some health benefits to it. Or maybe I wasn't supposed to put the honey in it and just drink it bitter. I like that your part Egyptian Panda edits. You got a lot of stuff going on. If you feel comfortable, let's say a little bit about yourself. What type of things would you like to know about myself? Let me look it up. It's a butterfly type of tea. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll pull one of them out. So it's a flower, and I don't know how to do this, y'all. I'm horrible. It's a flower, and it looks like this. It's like a purple, violety flower. Yeah, the honey is supposed to increase the effectiveness of the tea. I heard that too. But let me look it up really quick. It's butterfly something. That much I can tell you. Once again, I forgot to turn off my notifications. Oops. I forgot to turn off my notifications. I'm back now. Sorry. I forgot to turn off my notifications on TikTok or on my phone, pretty much, period. Butterfly something. I don't know why my computer just went to Lipitor. That's so weird. Conspiracy theory time. No, we're not going to do that. Of course, the Dodgers are going to win. I haven't gone off on my tangent yet. Are you surprised at me, Raquel? Raquel's probably like, this girl has not gone off on her tangent yet. I haven't. I'm being good. Why won't it let me go to my orders? Oh, here we go. So let's find the name of this tea, this delicious tea. That's not delicious or bad. It's just kind of somewhere in the middle. Okay. Okay, it's blue butterfly pea flowers is what it is. And that's what I guess makes it, it's that beautiful blue color that you guys are seeing here. I don't know if you guys can see it over there or not. Let me bring it closer. So it's this beautiful color blue. And blue is nice, but it doesn't have, like if I had to say it had a taste, and I guess the scientific name is Clitoria ternate. It's very unique. And then right after it says edible flowers, dragon key flowers, butterfly tea recipes, food coloring. So I guess if you cook with this, you can change the color, like maybe pancakes or something. I'm thinking. Hi, Serenity. So I'm not really sure. I'm not too sure. So my Twitch people left. So I'm going to jump off of Twitch and I'm going to stay, or not Twitch. I'm going to jump off of TikTok and I'm just going to hang out over here now. So I was only going to stay on for half an hour anyway, but I don't mind staying on with you guys over here. Panda Edits. Why do I have this feeling like Panda Edits is like this little kid? Yeah, I'm kind of, his thing says, I like pandas and saving the world. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, so now I'm strictly over here on everything else but TikTok. Okay, so Elle, if you've seen me or you found me at Coastal Magic, that means you've gone to Coastal Magic, and that means that we have met. So are you going this year? Are you going to be at Coastal Magic this year? This coming year, 2022? I need to blow my candle out. I lit a candle for someone who was going through some stuff. It doesn't have like a... Is my tongue blue? I don't think it is. Let me look at my phone. Instead of sticking my tongue out at y'all, huh? I'm going to turn the phone around. No, it doesn't turn my tongue blue, and my teeth aren't blue, so that's good. Okay, look, Raquel says, I love me some candles. Yes, this, I won't pick it up. It was a Chesapeake Bay candle. Mine body, peace, and tranquility is what it was. And it's almost out. It's like probably about yay big. But it has a really strong scent. I love candles. And I even have a thing to make candles. I just haven't done anything. Let me respond to her. Was just on. Off now. I haven't made any yet, but I need to. Like, I have like a whole thing underneath my cabinet back here of stuff to make candles with. I need to do that. I haven't had a chance to do like the extra artsy stuff that I want to do because my 2-year-old grandson is rambunctiously, vividly active. If I had to say it one way, that's what he is. He is so active. And he is no joke at all. Like, he's all over the place. I love it though. He's just all over the place. Ladies, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was fun. I'm thinking that I'm gonna post like a schedule of when I'm gonna be on. I was trying to do it here on Streamlabs, but for some reason it's not working. So maybe if I go to Twitch and do the schedule there, at least then you guys will know when I come on. And I love, Elle, that you're following me on Twitch. That is so awesome. You're like my 5th follower on Twitch. Yay, I've got Twitch followers. And I tried to live stream direct from Twitch, but I couldn't figure it out. Or I think did I figure it out in the end, Raquel? Is that what happened? I don't remember if I ever figured it out. I know I'm live streaming now, but I'm using Streamlabs to live stream on Twitch. But I tried to do it through the Twitch's lab thingy, and it didn't work out like I had expected it. Cause yeah. What about lag times today? Are we good on the lag time, Raquel? Or we still got some lag happening? I can't tell unless you tell me. And what about for you, Elle? Like on Twitch, are you on your phone or are you on your desktop? Yeah, I think it was still wonky too. I agree. I just don't remember. Lag is minimal. Good. I closed out some of the background things. I think what I should probably do going forward until I convince my husband that I need an upgraded computer, which that will be a long running plea of mine, is just not have so many things open in the background. But I do have Discord on because I am in Discord and I'm talking over there on the, where am I talking at in Discord? I don't even know. I'm talking somewhere. Who knows? I think I'm still staging. Maybe I'm not anymore. No, I'm not staging anymore. And the reason why I'm not staging anymore, see, this is what I have to do. I have to like figure out how this all works. And that's why I'm on here 30 days in a row. To figure out how to get this right, how to get it together, so that I can bring you guys like interesting stuff and not have any lag. But I see what you're saying though. Like I just scratched my face and I'm seeing it like delayed like 5 seconds later as I look on the screen. That's so annoying. That would drive me crazy. That would drive me so crazy. All right, I did say I was only going to stay on for half an hour, so we went 8 minutes over because I love hanging out with folks. Practice makes perfect. It does. And I'm going to keep practicing until I become the queen of my stream. You like how goofy I got there? I hope you guys have an amazing Saturday. Raquel, I've been banned from GTA 5, just so you know. Otherwise, I would have already played already. My husband seems to think that I broke his remote control, but I didn't. I think he's using the wrong remote, but I'm not going to go there with him. But yeah, have a lovely day, ladies. Have a beautiful Saturday. Elle, I hope I get to see you at Coastal Magic. I just dropped one of my pins. I hope I get to see you at Coastal Magic or here. However, it was so nice chatting with you beautiful people. I know, right, Raquel? But I will see y'all soon. So have an amazing Saturday and you guys have a great day. Bye. Right? No more 5-star runs. Like, what is that even about? I know you can't see me, but I know you can hear me. No more 5-star runs. I have to try to convince him. I'm going to. It's going to happen. For real, for real. But for serious, I'm going to jump off here. I need to finish some writing stuff as well.